Hi everyone, Jenny here. I'm usually behind the camera, but here I am. And we're in San Diego at Harland Brewing. I'm super excited to try their beer, so let's go inside.
Hey everyone, Brian Alvarez. I'm the head brewer here at Harland Brewing.
Welcome, Droplets. My name is Nick Marron. I'm the Director of Brewery Operations here at Harland Beer.
So I've been at Harland since the beginning, so we were a little over a year old at this point. I've been in the beer industry for about 8 years, but I was homebrewing for probably about 2 years before that as well. So
We opened the brewery in June of 2019, and I was here right from day one. Ryan and I were both here from day one. Before that, I was at St. Archer for 5 years and Pizza Port San Clemente for several years before that. So this is our sour IPA with black currant and red raspberry. Sour IPAs are something we've been doing here for a little while, and it's just kind of to break up the monotony of a lot of other things that our fans like to drink. We like to, blend some styles and blend some boundaries and blur some lines a little bit. So this is a beer we do that's just a half kettle sour, half hazy IPA recipe. So we sour for a couple of days, knock that out, and then just brew a hazy batch on top of it and knock that out. For the most part, we treat these beers with fruit post-fermentation right before we can. So this gets like 50 gallons of fruit puree. A little bit of it happening during fermentation and most of it happening right before canning.
So this one for us is a more approachable kind of beer for us. It's like the balance of fruits. So black currants typically are fairly tart, fairly a little bit bitter. The raspberry though that we use in this is super jammy, so it's got a sweetness to it. So it's not overly tart by any means, makes it a little bit more approachable. And then for people who don't like sour beers or people who love hazy IPAs, it does, since it is a sour IPA, has a little bit of that hop bite to it. We do dry hop it, so it has Citra Cryo and Citra in this beer. So it's just a perfect blend of the two worlds of a hazy IPA meets kettle sour fruited. So black currants typically are fairly tart, fairly a little bit bitter. The raspberry though that we use in this is super jammy, so it's got a sweetness to it. So it's not overly tart by any means, makes it a little bit more approachable. And then for people who don't like sour beers or people who love hazy IPAs, it does, since it is a sour IPA, has a little bit of that hop bite to it. We do dry hop it, so it has Citra Cryo and Citra in this beer. So it's just a perfect blend of the two worlds of a hazy IPA meets kettle sour fruited. So I feel like for us, we kind of came into this, Nick and I, at the beginning, we had a base idea of kind of where we were going to go with our core beers. But as far as all of our other beers, didn't really know we were going, and it's kind of just been like an evolution of growth through hearing what our fans want, kind of experimenting with what we wanted to make. And we kind of hit a little bit of everything, a little bit of all the styles.
We've tried to be as nimble as possible, and part of the way that our business is designed, we've been allowed to do that. And because so much volume of what we do is over the tasting room, it's been easy to take feedback from our fans and the local community and try to be as men of the people as much as we can. And we try to do things that people are going to like, but also are things that maybe people haven't had in a beer before. So a lot of our beers are inspired by our families and different heritages, and so a lot of our beers have unique flavors, unique ingredients, things that a lot of people haven't used in beer before.
Yeah, so I think for us, 2021, obviously 2020 was a crazy year. Shut down, open. So we didn't get to do everything we really wanted to do or wanted to accomplish this year, especially with the beers that we brewed. So next year we're starting out, we have a bunch of barrels. We filled a ton of barrels in 2020, so we have those that are going to be ready to be released in 2021. So expect a lot of barrel-aged stouts and just hopefully more interaction as far as having people at the brewery.
Yeah, and we're opening a third tasting room. So we have the one here in Scripps Ranch at the brewery. We have one in Del Mar at the One Paseo development, and then we're going to be opening one in Bay Park, which is kind of like Mission Bay, Claremont area, coming into maybe hopefully or February, March next year. So, we're pumped up just to be hanging out with the people who drink our beer. That was kind of my favorite thing about when we moved to Scripps and when we started this brewery, was just that the people love to be here so much and love to hang out that we love to hang out with them. And so we would come and, we would be here late on Friday nights just hanging with people and and experiencing, what our local community has to offer. We started selling beer in Orange County, not too long ago with our distributor, Scout Distribution, who is under our parent company that we share a building with. And so, as we've been moving into Orange County, trying to do as many different things and get our beer as far and wide as we can. But, it's always hard to try to trust that your beer is going to be how you want it to taste more miles away, the less trust you have in it. But we've been very fortunate with our distributor to be able to do that. We're stoked on our membership we opened. So we sold a membership on Black Friday. It's only 75-ish members for the first year. It was trying to keep it small and trying to be as intentional with everything as we can. So by keeping it small, we're trying to give as many in person and a lot of attention kind of experiences that we can to our members. So we're stoked on that and stoked to grow it the year following. Like Ryan said, we have a lot of barrels going. Something that's been kind of cool about what we've done here is right away we opened with a pilot brew house and a big production brew house. So we have a 30 barrel system and a 5 barrel system. So it really lets us do kind of a little bit of everything. I mean, we live in both worlds where we have beer at Trader Joe's and then we have, $24 4-packs that we sell over the taste room and there's a line around the building. So it's been rad for us to be able to do like a couple of different things and try to make crisp, clean lagers and goofball beers like this and, beers with marshmallow fluff in them or whatever else weird stuff we're using, but also make traditional beer and beer that, brewers like to drink and non-beer drinkers like to drink.
So thanks for enjoying our beer, guys. We literally canned this right now for you guys fresh, and not much is leaving the brewery, so I really hope you guys enjoy getting access to some really cool cans from us. So cheers, guys.
Yeah, we appreciate you choosing to drink our beer, and we hope that, in the future we can see you down here or at one of our other taste rooms and get to, hang out and drink beer with people that like to drink beer too.